So we have Lionel Padilla and Adrian Bartosiński. This fight is a welterweight fight. So Lionel Padilla, 8 wins, 1 loss. Not really sure what his age is. Not really sure what his height is, and not really sure what his reach is. Not really sure why they don't put all that stuff on here, because that would really help to make this prediction a little bit better. But we don't really need to, because Adrian Bartosiński, dude, this dude's an absolute beast. 25 and a half years old, coming down from the middleweight division to the welterweight division to fight Lionel Padilla. He's currently 6'1" tall for a welterweight. That is a very tall welterweight there. Undefeated fighter, 9 wins, 0 losses. Let's look at his last couple of fights. Decision, second round knockout, first round knockout, second round knockout, first round knockout, third round knockout, and then first round doctor stoppage. Ever since those 2 fights at the beginning of his career, ending by decision, he has literally never let one of his fights go to the judges. That is absolutely insane. As an amateur, he lost 2 fights by armbar, submission, and decision, but he was an amateur at the time. Don't really take those fights into too much detail, because those are amateur career. Once he became a pro, he was an absolute beast. So as a pro, he has, let's see, 7 wins by knockout and 2 wins by decision. As an amateur, has 7 wins by submission and 2 wins by decision. So as an amateur, he was trying to build up those submission skills. So when he became a pro, he didn't really need to rely on his striking all too much. But I mean, he didn't really even need the submission skills, because he was dominating people in the striking game, pretty much finishing every single person he could. And this is his first fight inside of KSW. Should be a good one, in my opinion, because he is so good at finishing his fights on the feet. And even if he doesn't do good in the feet, because Lionel Padilla is obviously a very good striker and grappler himself. Let's see how many wins he has by knockout. So 5 wins as a pro by submission and 2 wins by knockout. As an amateur, doesn't have any amateur fights, which is a little bit surprising. But as a pro, has a lot of submission wins, which Adrian Bartosiński has a lot of submission wins in his amateur career. So if Lionel Padilla wants to take the fight to the ground, it's going to be a little bit tough with Adrian Bartosiński's submission and grappling background. So he can probably keep the fight on the feet if he wants to and win the fight by decision. It's possibly going to be another decision. A lot of people are saying he's going to win the fight by KO or TKO. I think it's very likely we see another knockout or TKO from Adrian Bartosiński in the fight, but I don't know. I have a weird feeling he's just going to dominate the fight on the feet. In his first fight inside of KSW, very likely we see it finish. But in my opinion, I think this fight's going to go all the way. And Adrian Bartosiński is going to get his first win inside of KSW and win this fight by unanimous decision.